Hello everybody, and it's nice to not see everybody because we can't, because we're behind the camera and you're somewhere else. And as you can see, we're not away in the caravan, not on this episode. We're at home, sitting at our bar, because
we today are going to be talking to you a little bit about our best trips of 2024. Now, this is part of our Vanother Collective collaboration videos that we do, which is a group of people that all share the passion of motorhoming, caravanning, and being away. So you should be able to, as we go through this video, see up here somewhere in the magic, all of their logos. Please have a look at their channels, see what their favourite trips of 2024 are. You never know, you might get some really good tips and ideas of where you can go. And we couldn't think of any other better way than to sit here and reminisce about our last year.
with a drink.
With a drink.
So cheers to everybody. Thank you for watching, and just keep watching and see what we talk about, which is probably going to be a load of rubbish, but we'll see what happens. So this year has been different because we started the YouTube channel in August, and that's really because I had a bit of a health scare, quite a big health scare actually, at the beginning of the year in February. So we decided to start using our caravan a lot more and start doing other trips, not just in caravanning, but going away, staying in hotels, and other trips that we got planned, haven't we, in the next couple of years.
So in 2024, we have stayed at quite a number of different places. Back in January, we actually saw our first ever New Year in while staying away in the caravan, which was lovely. And that was staying at Wareham Forest Tourist Park, which is a site that we go to quite regularly. And it's one of those, I suppose, home comfort types of sites that it's just nice and it feels familiar.
Yeah, we will do a vlog from there at some point. Probably in the new year, I think we're going to go back and we'll do some filming and show you what it's like.
And I think there's a couple of sites we're probably going to talk to you about actually that we've stayed at that we haven't done vlogs on yet because they were pre us deciding to bite the bullet and start our YouTube channel, which we've talked about for quite a while, and we just decided that now was the time. We had a little bit of a hiatus in February and didn't stay away because Tim had a little bit of a health scare. And that kind of made us relook at everything and go, do you know what? We've got to really maximise the great thing we've got in our caravan and use it to its full potential. Yeah. But we have had some amazing laughs and screams and giggles in some of the places that we've been.
Yes, we have.
We've had some crazy moments, which you might see on some of our vlogs when you watch them, of some of the things we've got up to.
Yeah. So the title of this is, what was the best sites, is
sites of 2024.
Best sites of 2024.
Yeah.
So I look at that and think, well, the best sites is different to the best pitch and the best experience. And I think they're all different. So
I think we're just going to give you a really good overview of our best times.
I will say straight away, after thinking about it, there are quite a few sites that we've stayed at that have been absolutely amazing. But I think the best one for me this year, not just the site, but my whole family was there. And it was just different. We went kayaking, didn't we? We bought some kayaks and we used them. And that was at Concierge Camping, is it called? Yeah. Concierge Camping. And that is near Bosham, down at the south coast. And that was amazing site. There are some drawbacks, which I don't like.
There's no drawbacks for me. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, the drawbacks of the Concierge Camping is they have hedges all the way around, so you are quite
private,
aren't you? And if you like that sort of thing, it's great. But sometimes it's nice to watch the world go by with other people walking around. On that site, you can't do that. So you've got your pitch. And they are large pitches, very, very large.
Yeah, it's quite a unique site, isn't it? It is one of the few 5-star caravan and camping sites in the sense of you're able to stay there in your caravan, tourer. They've got some luxury lodges that you can stay in.
Yeah, most of the caravans, though, were like top-end coachmen or they're the motorhomes, which look like coaches,
Yeah.
which are hundreds of thousands of pounds. So when we were there was quite a lot of that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And our caravan now is a few years old, so we weren't the only one.
We washed it before we went.
Yeah, we had to.
And polished it.
But what was great about that trip was not just the site, which was pretty amazing. I think they've even got underfloor heating in the toilets, haven't they?
So the toilets and showers at Concierge Camping, if you've never watched a vlog on it, please go and have a look on YouTube because there's some amazing vlogs, are like hotel shower changing rooms. They've got all of your bits and pieces in there. They've got rainfall shower heads, all very private cubicles, so you can do your changing, your blowing your hair
fancy
dry.
coloured lighting as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Gucci lighting. It's really lovely.
Yeah, it is quite nice.
So that's
But our one,
Yeah.
our pitch was a bit different, wasn't it? Because we had what do they call it?
I think it was a gladiator tent.
Yeah, so we had this great big, huge, like African tent. They're permanently pitched there.
So
we
all
had
built
that
on like wooden decking next to your actual pitch.
Yes, yeah. And there was a log burning fire inside. There was a great big TV, but I don't think we ever used that.
Didn't use the telly.
Big fridge freezer,
Yeah.
sink, those sort of things, and a few kitchen worktops. And it is very nice.
Yeah.
And we stayed in April, and it was a couple of days. It was quite cold, but we went in the tent and we put the log burning fire on.
And even cooked some jacket potatoes in there for our dinner.
We did actually. And it heated up the whole place really nicely, didn't it? So
It was really,
you can
really
stay
nice.
there during the winter and not get cold if you don't want to stay in your caravan.
Yeah.
So we were a bit torn, weren't we?
Yeah.
We went in the tent sometimes, and then we went back into the caravan.
Yeah. Sometimes
So it was
sat
a
out
bit
on the decking.
Yeah,
it
we
was,
did.
Yeah,
We did,
typical
yeah.
April weather, wasn't it?
And
Slightly different.
we took our kayaks, which we just purchased at the beginning of the year, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we took them, and we did a little bit of kayaking in Bosham, didn't we?
Kayaked from Bosham down towards Chichester Harbour, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yes.
Which is if you've never seen Bosham, it's crazy. So they have majorly crazy high tides, don't they, at certain times of the day?
Well, I wouldn't say it's crazily high, but the tide comes in and it goes up like almost like a high street where there's some shops and a cafe.
Yeah.
So when you can park there at low tide in the little car park at the end.
Yeah.
And if you leave your car there, it will be covered with
Submerged.
water.
So
completely submerged as well, wasn't it?
When we arrived near one of the cafes in Bosham, there was an ice cream van parked with a sign next to it, and it really stood out to me because you could see sort of the parking sign at the top of where the ice cream van was. And then when we kayaked back in, you could literally just see the top of the sign poking up. And I was just thinking, gosh, it's crazy.
Well, we had to paddle past the cafe.
Yeah.
Because that was higher up the high street, which was really weird.
A lot easier coming back in because you have to carry your kayaks to get into the water when the tide's a bit
But what was great
low.
about that was the whole family was there, my two kids and my wife. And that's the only time this year that we've all been together, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for me personally, that's probably the best trip. Now, is it the best site? Well, that's debatable. I think there's a couple of others.
It's 100% pristine. So if you like your perfectly pruned hedges, your amazingly groomed lawns,
Well, we said enough about that one now.
all of that.
Let's go on to the next one.
I really like it. Go
Yeah.
and see it. It's great.
Yeah, it is a bit expensive.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. It's almost double, if not triple, the price of a normal site. But it's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we went there. So other sites that are up the top, I think for me, Longleat, which is a caravan and motorhome club site, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was really good, actually.
But I think that's good because you've got Longleat. Now, if you're going to go into Longleat, which we did, it's brilliant, because you can go in through the back entrance of Longleat.
You literally come out of the gates where you come into the caravan park and turn left, and then 2-3 minutes maximum, and you're at the gates to get into Longleat, and you come out by the great big maze, don't you?
So it's just a standard caravan and motorhome club site.
Yeah.
Most of these are pretty much all the same.
That had a bit more character, though,
It
in
did,
some ways,
in
didn't
a way,
it?
didn't it? It was quite nice. So that is up there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the best, but it's definitely up there.
Do be warned, though, because if you are going to go near Longleat, you will spend a considerable amount of the time during the day listening to sea lions barking. I found it really endearing, and we actually found it quite funny and convinced our son that was with us that day that stay, that it was just played on a music,
It was
on a speaker. It was
animatronics.
animatronic. Until we went in and he realised that it was actually during feeding time. So that was quite funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they make the noise right up until about, I think, 6 o'clock. And that's the last boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Longleat. And then after that, they quieten down. Well, you can't hear them.
No.
So, but you can hear other animals there sometimes.
And there's some nice little quirks at the site in Longleat. So they have a couple of little nature walk bits you can do, and some silly little things like not nature trails, treasure hunts, where you have to go and find different animals, and it just gets you out and about and walking around. It's a little bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, you're a little bit far from like restaurants and other places to walk.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, but if you're visiting Longleat, brilliant.
But
if you're not, then
drive from Longleat and had a lovely visit into Bath.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Went down to the canals and the aqueduct.
Yes.
Which was really weird, actually, because we drove all the way from Longleat to this aqueduct, which was probably in the middle of nowhere.
Nearly an hour away, wasn't it, drive?
Down this little lane, and we parked up in our car in this tiny little car park that took us ages to find. And lo and behold, the people that were in the parking space opposite us were our caravan neighbours.
Yeah. How weird was that? Yeah, that was really weird, wasn't it?
It was really funny.
That was really strange. Yeah, so going on from that one, we stayed at Whitemead Caravan Park, which is in Wool in Dorset. Now that again is really nice. Now they've got a couple of pitches down the back, haven't they? And one of them is where we stayed.
Yeah.
And that then looks out over just empty fields. So if you're lucky enough to get one of those pitches, that is really nice. And it's a huge pitch next to you. You've got a big bit of green.
Plenty of space
where we
around
were.
you, yeah.
So if you get to the same pitches that we had, that's an amazing sight. And the other thing with that, there is what's the name of the pub next to it? Can you remember the name of the pub? There's like a gastro pub.
The Ship Inn.
The Ship Inn, yeah, which is amazing. It's one of the best.
We've never ever been disappointed
pubs that I've ever eaten in. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So we've eaten in there now a few times, haven't we?
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. It's literally on the doorstep. Go out the caravan site, go over a bridge, and you're straight into the car park, aren't you? So that's really nice. And then,
I'm going to annoy you quickly.
Yep.
I've just remembered something from when we were at Concierge Camping.
Oh, don't go back to that one again.
I can't help it. This isn't to do with the site though, but it's to do with probably one of my best memories of our whole year.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
So it was my birthday during the time we were away, and Tim and I decided we were going to go for a lovely walk over the South Downs. Now, I'm not the most mobile person. I've got a bit of a dodgy knee, so we took the walk quite carefully. It was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was really nice. Saw cows, walked up and down the hills, beautifully looking out, wasn't it, over the hills. It was absolutely stunning.
I think it was about a 4 or 5 mile walk.
Tim spent quite a lot of the time telling me how amazing his hiking boots are and how they've never got wet and they're just...
No. I've had the same hiking boots probably for about 25 years and they've done really well. And it's the first time I got them out that year.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, halfway through the walk...
Coming down a hill...
I think it was the right... Well, I think we got some pictures. Have you got some pictures?
Yeah, well, put some in as we're talking because it just...
Have you got a video?
I'll try and get the video clip in as well.
Try and get the video clip and the pictures in.
I was crying so much with laughter.
My sole of my boot on the right-hand one started to come off. I couldn't believe it after I'd just been talking about 10 minutes before.
So it was flopping around for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, flopped out and eventually it came off. And I had no sole on the bottom of my... on my boot, did I? And then 10 minutes before we got to the car, the left one did the same thing. So I ended up walking back with basically, no boots.
Oh, it was hysterical.
Yeah,
I was literally doubled over laughing. It was so funny.
It was
at the
funny.
time.
It was
really
very funny.
Me up.
Yeah.
So I will make sure we put in some little pictures of that because that really tickled me.
And I haven't bought any since, have I? But they lasted for I think it was about 25 years, in all fairness, so they did well. But it was quite funny. We were talking about it just before that happened, weren't we?
Yeah.
Anyhow, right, going on to the next one.
I want to share one of mine. Can I share one of mine?
Yeah, go on.
So the next one was a bit of a weird one because we kind of found the site around somewhere else we were going to. So Tim is really, really fond of red pandas. and he's got this little bit of a thing for them. So a while ago, I bought him a Red Panda Experience, which is at Drusilla's Park, which isn't far from Portsmouth, I suppose. It's just sort of about an hour's drive.
It was quite a long drive from the caravan.
I'm not very good at looking at maps, so when I booked it, I was like, oh, this will be fine. So we actually booked into Fishery Creek because I thought, great, we can go kayaking and do a couple of other things and make a real trip of it.
Yeah, well, that was our first vlog, Fishery Creek. So that's when we started the YouTube channel thing.
No, it wasn't. Our first vlog was in Charmouth when we stayed at Newlands
Oh,
Holiday
yeah,
Park.
so it was. That was the second.
And you went swimming in the sea, which is the first time in about 1.5 million years.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did. Sorry, that's the second. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so we went out to Fishery Creek, which was a really unusual site in some ways because you're kind of out on a little bit of a peninsula. You've got the waterways, haven't you? Chichester Harbour coming in there. And being able to try from there and then go out and do some of the things that we did and have a look around Hayling Island. We had some really great adventures. And I think that was probably my big moment where I thought, do you know what, if we weren't YouTubing and going out and exploring as much, we would probably have sat in the caravan, watched a bit of telly.
Yeah.
But actually we got out to go and spend some really lovely time with some people from the Hayling Light Railway.
Yes, we did.
Who were the loveliest people in the world that shared so much history about what they've done with that railway to keep it going.
Yeah, that was a good experience, wasn't it?
We had a good run around and play at the fair, which was a bit bonkers.
Yeah.
Left us.
Well, go back and watch the video. The video because we did have a good time there, didn't we? And we've been doing things that we wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
Just because of YouTube, really.
Yeah, and we met some lovely people while we were there as well, which were great.
We did. Yes.
Yeah.
So
really friendly.
Yeah, going on from that, what for you is your favourite Newlands?
Newlands in Charmouth it holds a really special place in my heart because we've had a few holidays there over the years and I think it's somewhere we've spent a lot of time with our children. We've also made some very fond friendships with people that we've met when we've been staying there, which has been absolutely lovely. And I think those memories will never ever leave us from staying there. It's a really beautiful area. It's accessible to be able to get to lots of places along the Dorset coast.
And it's near Lyme Regis as well.
Near Lyme Regis, West Bay, Bridport, which I think you've probably sussed if you look at our channel. We quite like that area of the coastline.
Well, we live down south, so it's easy for us to.
I would say
go from here.
I would say that's probably one of my favourites. However,
it's not my favourite.
My favouriteest of all, I think, is going to be Back of Beyond. For me.
Yeah, Back of Beyond is an adult-only site. Again, we did a video of this, so please have a look. We haven't got many videos up, so you should be easy to be able to find it on our channel.
Yeah. Back of Beyond's really unique, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I say, it's adult only. They've got a bar on site. I don't know what else to say about it.
Just for clarity, because it's adult only doesn't mean it's a swinger site. Because lots of people kept going, is it a swinger site? And we're like, no, it just means no under 18s.
Basically, they should say no children's site. Sounds better, doesn't it?
We were like, what?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's my favourite, but it is very nice. It is very nice. Like we've just come back, haven't we? Well, a couple of weeks ago from South Litchett Manor.
Yeah.
And it's probably a little bit controversial. We put, as you might have seen, is this possibly the best site in the world? I would say possibly the actual pitch itself was very, very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think if you're
and just
looking...
the way it was kept up.
Yeah.
I think...
If you're looking for a perfect formula for your ideal site, I think.
I've never found it yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
But I think that hits quite a lot of the marks of it's not too noisy.
Yeah.
It's got just the right amount of stuff around that you can do.
Yeah.
The site's spread out enough that you're not all on top of each other. And I think it's really important for us that when we stay at a caravan site that it's got a bit of personality and a little bit of character.
So we've been lucky. We've stayed at, I don't know how many hundred sites or so over the years.
Yeah, all over
we've been
the place.
caravanning now for probably about just over 10 years.
Just over 10 years, yeah.
And we've stayed at holiday parks, caravan and motorhome club sites, and
we've also done a lot of wild camping.
I was just about to say that. So we did a lot of wild camping off grid when we first got the caravan, didn't we? It was because of a hobby of mine that I used to do, and we used to go away, and it was in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere, And
there's nothing better than waking up in a caravan and just you're the only people in that field, and there's just maybe some cows.
Now, I would say they are probably the best times away and the best site, but it's got nothing there.
It's not a site.
It's not a site, but they're not this year.
Yeah.
And that's quite a few years ago now. So I think for me, this year, the best site will probably have to be Concierge Camping. It's a little bit private. I like to see people walking past and saying hello a bit more. But in terms of how it was set up, how it was looked after, and it is like staying in a 5-star hotel, but a caravan site.
Yeah. And sadly,
I think that's probably,
because we've now got the channel, it means we're going to have to go back there, which is going to be awful.
Yeah, we'll go back in April, won't we?
I've been begging you, like, can we go back? Can we go back?
I think we'll go back and do an episode there.
Yeah.
Show you what it's like. We'll see about the kayaking, because I had a bit of a medical problem, didn't I?
Early, didn't we? So it's put us sort of back on our back foot a little bit.
So I'm not necessarily as fit as I used to be, but might give it a go and kayaking. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I still think for me though, I know that one's yours, and I hold that one dear in my heart. But I think for me, Back and Beyond ticks a lot of those boxes as that perfect formula. It's the first time we really went away without any of the kids, and we were truly sort of relaxing. And I think the staff there are so welcoming. And the site, and even it was one of those sites that we were walking around and everybody was like, "Hi, how are you?" And it was just really lovely.
And it was the first time that we got recognised at a site because of our YouTube channel. So that probably means a little bit to you, doesn't it? Because you like that sort of thing. So there we go. That's our best sites of the year. I hope you've enjoyed it. It has been a bit relaxed talking. Nothing really too exciting, but hopefully you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that.
And if you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe because it really gives us a boost. We're really hoping that we're going to hit 500 subscribers.
By the end of the year?
I'd like to say by Christmas. It'd be a really nice Christmas present.
I think it'll be in January now. But okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Don't forget to check out everyone else's channels. Bye.